Hi guys, it is Wifeagro here with Chill Nights of Azeroth, and I'm here to show you how you get your 9 lives achievement in maldraxxus. The first cat we are looking to stroke is Hairball, and he can be found in the Plaguefall dungeon in the maldraxxus zone itself. There are 2 ways in which you can do this. You can either go into the dungeon finder and select specific dungeons and select Plaguefall out of the options. It may take a little while to find a group, or you can queue if you need some Mythic Plus done that week. You can queue into the looking for group and find a group that's running Plaguefall as well. So here I am, enter my group, and a big shout out to the guys who were running in the dungeon. We messed up so many times, and they were great sports, so big hi to those guys. I just put this clip on. It's how not to do this boss. You definitely do not aggro the mobs around you. It makes the boss 10 times harder for a resto chamois who is just learning how to play. So once you get to the last boss in this dungeon, you'll go down one of the exits and you'll clear the trash and you can clear the boss. You don't have to, however, if you're in a group and that group is a pub group, they will more than likely prefer to clear the boss, and then you can go off and do your own thing after. And it gives you a wee bit of gear along the way. So from the boss you want to go out, and on your left you'll see little enclaves, and this is what we're looking for the cat. Okay, and we want to go out onto the main section again, and you'll find on your left there's another enclave. We want to go down there. There is a mob, however we don't need to go anywhere near it. We want to turn left, and there's our first cat, Mr. Hairball himself, and we just stroke him, and then we can leave the dungeon and go back into maldraxxus. Now that you're leaving your Plaguefall dungeon with your first Jellycat Hairball stroked, you want to go to Snots, and the coordinates are 3257. We will go throughout the map to find various cats that we can stroke. They will all be in maldraxxus, and I'm going to do a loop around the map so that you can find them really easily. We're coming up to Snots now, and you will find him just on the left in a little bone-made garden, and he's just sitting chilling. You pet him, and that brings us on to our third cat. You'll notice that you get a debuff for 5 minutes. It does nothing, it just makes you green. And the third cat that we're going for is called Puss in Boots, and the coordinates are 5060, and this can be found under the bridge just as you come from the centre of maldraxxus, from the Theatre of Pain. You can connect from it on the main road, as you can see in the footage, and you can see it just on the right hand side. So we want to follow the path all the way around, as there's lots of ads in the right here, and we are going to go down underneath the bridge and find our next cat. If you've managed to avoid all those mobs in the area, you just want to go underneath the bridge and to your right, and you will find our little Puss in Boots just sitting in amongst his friends on a rug. You want to pet him, and we're on to the next. And the next one we have is Envy, and her coordinates are 6550, and we are going to go to Guthrun's Decay, and she will be surrounded by a lot of dead cultists that she has slayed on her travels. We're just coming up to Envy now as I get stuck in a branch, as I usually do. And we are going to pet her, and we are then going to go and find Mr. Gigglesworth, and he can be found in the House of Rituals, up at the top corner of the map. His coordinates are 6422. As we come up to the House of Rituals, you notice on my screen you have a disguise. I don't know if this is a maldraxxus thing, a necrolord thing, if it's a quest I've done, but it appears on my shaman and not on my monk. It makes all the NPCs in the area friendly, which makes it so much easier doing this quest because you don't have a trail of mobs running behind you. So you want to go up toward, on the left hand side, up onto the stairs. You want to avoid, if you have the mask on you, the disguise on you, you want to avoid the circles that I'm pointing at on the ground. If you walk into those, your disguise becomes null and void basically. We're going to go up past these mobs and through this gap. And from there we're just going to go up the hill, and we're going to find Mr. Gigglesworth at the top, and he is having a wee ritual by himself in the corner. We click on him, and that will be our next little cat that we need. Once we finish clicking on him, we want to go back out of the House of Rituals, and we want to find our next little cat. Our next little cat is called Lime, and we find her at the coordinates 5127, and Lime is in the House of Eyes. We will find her on a random bone that is making a bridge across the path. It's not that hard to get to from Mr. Gigglesworth, so you just stay on the main path, follow it all the way around, as you can see in the footage, and on your left you can start to see the bone that our little Lime is sitting on, and you want to go up on the right and you can click her at the top. You can walk along this bone too, you don't need any special any special way of getting up here. You just need to go up and click on her. Once we've clicked on Lime, we want to go and find Mayhem, and he can be found also in the House of Eyes. His coordinate is 4917, and he is back the way we came. So we're going to go through a heavily built up area of NPCs, and we are going to find him in a massive pile of rubbish, just loving life. If you've done any sort of question in maldraxxus, you'll remember that there are some spider ladies underneath the bridge here, and you have to kill a big ogre looking thing. You take a left, and just in the pile of rubbish you'll find our little Mayhem. You want to click him. You make sure you click all the cats. They will give you a little love heart whenever you have stroked them. The next one we're going to go to is maldraxxus. I don't really know how to say that. Coordinates 4733, and this is going to be a jumping puzzle where you have to jump around the kind of spores or fungus on the tree to be able to get up. Now, the route back here is super simple and it's really quick from here. You want to go back out onto where the bone is. Obviously, you're trying your best to avoid all these mobs in the area. You go back to the bone where Lime was, and you want to go straight ahead. On your right, you will find a little cave kind of entrance area. You want to take that, and it takes you straight to the little cat mold where you begin your jumping puzzle. So I have to admit I am pretty terrible at this jumping puzzle. I used a warlock gate to get up here the first time. However, I seem to have mastered it on my shaman. So what you want to do is jump up onto the fungi, and there is a tiny little ledge just underneath the fungi that the little cat is sitting on. You want to jump on that and then jump directly over. A little hint that my other half told me: if you just press W and jump at the same time, you should be able to get up instead of moving, and I always move. So once you get mold, you are on to your last cat, and it is meow-malade, sort of like marmalade. You will find the little cat on 3453, and we are going to get her now. And we are going over our final area that we need for our last cat, meow-malade. You will have done lots of quests in this area for helping rebuild the ballistics in the centre, and you have to kill loads of mobs. It is just on the ledge above that, and you will find there are carts lying about, lots of friendly NPCs, and in a box you will find meow-malade, and you need to click her, the final one, to get your 9 lives achievement. Once you click the last cat, your achievement will pop up, I've already done this on my monk, so it isn't actually shown as an achieve. However, you do get the achievement and the Mr. Jiggles toy, which is a little light that you can have cats follow, which is pretty cute. All in all, a very fun achievement to do, and considering I hate maldraxxus, it was quite nice to discover all that is around. Thank you guys for joining me on our 9 Lives adventure today, and check out our videos on our YouTube channel. Links are in the description. See you next time, guys.